To an 18-year-old, like now, more than anything is to take part. Now there's this, the roots of the word idiot is people who don't take part in discussion. It's you just consume. And you're not kind of in the middle, getting stuck in, consuming ideas, acting on the world around you, and being that kind of, sort of being a sort of an active participant in what's around you. So, yeah, it would be absolutely, definitely to take part, and yeah, too contradictory, I suppose, maybe piece of advice. One of which is to always seek out collaboration. Find the people around you and build something that's much bigger than yourself. But at the same time, always question, and don't be afraid to dissent. I think dissent is it's difficult. It's not always valued, especially by the things that you're dissenting sort of against. And that can be difficult for everybody involved, but that doesn't matter. Just dissent. Dissent is good. I've been giving this a little bit of thought, probably almost as much thought as it warrants. Yeah, it comes at a particularly pertinent time for me at least, as a British citizen. So at the moment, have a pretty low opinion of decision makers in my country, given that they're just about to drive us off the cliff that is Brexit. And actually, when you start looking back, there's a lot of the kind of political discourse has been, we've had it with experts, or sort of ignoring the kind of evidence and going very much on kind of on instinct, where to me at least that instinct looks wrong. So leaving that aside, which is a very pessimistic view of the kind of the current state of affairs, I thought I'd kind of rethink the question towards the audience, which I hope is where this is, who this is going to, you, our future leaders. Where I think there's a lot more there's a lot more possibility to kind of influence and change the world for the better by talking to the next generation rather than talking to the current generation who don't always listen. Yeah, so what would I talk about? I think one of the key things is not to jump to conclusions. I think a lot of people, unless you come from a sort of an artistic background or a kind of creative background, then you're not comfortable with uncertainty, and there's a tendency towards wanting to skip out the kind of like the difficult, uncomfortable bit in the middle, and just try and get to a solution and get to an answer before you even explored the space to really have a clear idea about what the question is, or even if your starting question is actually the question that you should be answering. So, yeah, I think my one piece of the one piece of information that I'd like to communicate to the next generation of leaders is, in 2 words, embrace uncertainty.